Call this meeting to order. Turn as a quorum present, Commissioner Wardlaw, Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Nettleton, Commissioner Flores, and myself. We have a quorum. Commissioner Flores.
Wait, where are y'all? Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before I get a text message that I was smiling to the pledge of allegiance,
I was looking at Commissioner Wardlaw.
He's falling asleep.
standing straight.
That's what we do.
David, if you don't mind, we're going to do something different. Yes, sir.
Appreciate the
No, you're not. We're going to do something different. With everything that's going on in the world, I asked David if you would say a little prayer for us and turn off the camera.
Lord God, we give you thanks and praise for the many gifts which you have bestowed upon us. We ask that you continue to bless the members of this Commissioners Court with wisdom, fairness, and justice as they contemplate and make decisions which impact Valverde County and its residents. We ask for your grace and protections over our residents as our community continues to face challenges such as the pandemic, the immigrant crisis, and political turmoil. Protect and guide our healthcare workers, teachers, staff, and students, law enforcement and first responders, and local, state, and national leaders. We ask for these blessings in the name of your glorious Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, David. Thank you much. You just keep from crying, we're going to be okay. Thanks, David. Yes, sir.
You okay, Judge?
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Approving and amending minutes.
Motion to approve.
We got some?
Yes, yeah. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton.
Second.
Flores, all those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Citizens' comments, we have not, well, we have citizens' comments, they just didn't comment. Approving monthly reports from elected officials. In the package, we were missing like a bunch of reports, right, from elected officials?
Yeah, it can have much of that.
It just seemed like on this one, it's like we had
I didn't get any.
2 or 3 and then the rest of them.
Motion to approve.
Second. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Vote. Approving bills for payment. Approving bills for payment.
Move.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Item 8, approving a resolution to allow online auctions for tax sales of personal property seized under subchapter B, chapter 33 of the Texas Property Code.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. So far, you've been pretty good. Item 9, a request that Commissioners Court enter an order pursuant to 34.05 parentheses I of the Texas Property Tax Code to the successful bidder through the sealed bid process of certain property previously struck off pursuant to 34.01 parentheses C of the Texas Property Tax Code for delinquent ad valorem taxes owed to Valverde County, San Felipe Del Rio Consolidated Independent School District, or ISD, and or the City of Del Rio. The first one is 27367 Valverde County versus Zaragoza Garza, aka Zaragoza Garza, account number 291177, parentheses 6080-0020-0230, all that's in front. Mr. Rocha.
Thank you, Judge Commissioners. The original minimum bid, this property at the time of tax sale was $13,650. We did not receive any bids at that time. It was struck off to the taxing authorities. We received a bid amount of $11,000 for the property. That does not include the $757.99 as post-judgment taxes, which they would have to pay also if approved by the taxing entities.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner
I have a
Flores.
question real quick on that one, just so people know. $13,650 was the value of it by the appraisal office.
The value of this property at the time of our judgment was $13,190.
And the offer you got was 11,000.
$11,000.
Okay.
We cannot make a profit on this. The minimum bid, the starting bid was that amount. So we can't go any higher than that amount, the minimum bid amount.
All right. Sounds good.
And they owe $13,650 in taxes.
Correct, that's correct.
They owe more in taxes than what the property was worth.
That is correct. That is correct, yes, sir. And this gets back on the books. Again, this was property that was struck off, original tax sales back in 2016, so it's been that long since it's been on the books. It's been tax exempt.
So we'll start collecting taxes.
That's correct, Wesley.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Second piece of property is 34569, Valverde County versus Juan Jose Perez Senior. Account number 27980 6020-0510-0100, on the parentheses. Mr. Butcher.
The minimum bid on this property at the time of sale was $8,124.14. We received a bid of $3,330.40. If successful, the bidder will still need to pay the post-judgment taxes for the 19 and 20 tax year of $607.19.
Is this raw land just a vacant lot or what?
This is a vacant lot, yes, sir.
How long has this been struck off?
This has been struck off since July 7th, 2020.
Motion to approve.
Second. Can you tell us where these lots are located at? Just get a rough idea. What
This
part of,
one on
the city or the county?
This one is in the city limits. So I do need to get approval again. I need to go before the city and also the school district.
I guess what he's asking, next time when you come, could you give us, put an address on it for us?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton. Gus, did you second that one, Commissioner?
Yes, sir.
Okay, have a second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. The next property is 26955, Valverde County. Elvira Sanchez, AKA Elvira Portero. Account number 28404, parentheses 6020-0790-0080, right.
So on this one, the starting bid, time of sale was $36,480.17. I have a bid amount of $15,000, but the taxpayer will also, if successful bid, will have to also pay $3,243.47 in post-judgment taxes. Attached are pictures of the property, of the house and structure. It's falling apart.
So they get to clean it, we don't have to go clean it.
Correct. The city and the county do not have to do any. Again, I'm just guessing. I'm not an engineer or code compliance, but they may be able to fix it up or have to demolish it. But it'd be on whoever the bidder is, and if successful, we have to do that process.
So, Mr. Rocha, again, where's this property located at?
This property address 215 East Bowie Street.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve.
Vote.
Oh, you meant
You want to
second?
second it?
Yes, I'll second it.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Fourth piece of property is 28012, Valverde County, Lake Amistad Properties, Inc. Account number 6770, parentheses 0000, parentheses 0050.
And this is in the
Or
county.
dash, I'm sorry, zero.
This is in the county only. At the time of the bid, we had it at $71,151.82. We received no bids. We now have a bid amount of $54,337.50.
What's the 14 acres?
It's the 14 acres. If the person is successful, again approved, that individual will still have to pay the 15 and 18 taxes, which are post-judgment taxes, of $28,217.63. So overall, about $80,000. This is a 14.49 acre tract. The current value, or the value, when I took my judgment, was $263,230. The current appraised value it's actually went down to $263,225. It's been struck off since February 6, 2018.
Motion to approve. Does it have a house on it?
Doesn't have
It
any.
doesn't have anything.
That
vacant.
value's a little steep.
It's commercial, I think. It's on Highway 90.
It says, right before you get to railroad tracks, going to the bridge, going to the dam, tracks are on the left-hand side. And it's sort of hard to get to a little bit.
Yeah, but it's not commercial.
I thought it was off the highway.
Yeah, it is.
It's right off the highway,
It's
correct.
like if you're going to the dam down.
Yeah.
Going to the
yeah.
dam, it's there on the left-hand side. When you turn off of 90 to go towards the dam, it's on the left-hand side, right before you go over the overpass.
I'll second that motion.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nelson, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye. Man, you did good. Huh?
Well, again, in all these, I still have to get approval from other county and city, and then we can go from there. Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 10, auditor's report. Second. A motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-0 vote. Item number 11, discussion possible action on the following budget adjustments. Item 1, other autopsy and mental, $2,000 from available appropriations. We have an account that says hospital that's had $6,623.
Motion to take it out of hospital.
Second.
A motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 2, information technology, $1,500 from IT to auto expense to office.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Nettleton, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item number 3, fairgrounds transfer, $1,000 from fuel to office supplies.
Move.
Second. Have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Wardlaw, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 4, fairgrounds transfer, $4,952.17 for fuel to building repairs.
Motion.
Have a
Second.
motion, Commissioner Wardlaw, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 5, 83, District Court transfer, $691.56 from travel and training to office supplies.
Move.
Have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Nettleton, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. County Clerk transfer, $3,000 from office supplies to travel and training.
Motion.
Have a motion, Commissioner Wardlaw, second. Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Give somebody else.
That's all right.
Item 12, Treasurer's Report, this one is a good one. We
Motion to
have
approve.
Second.
a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Matt, you did good. Item 13, discussion on, immigrants. We're having the same problem. Keep coming across. We didn't have
You ain't plugged that hole yet?
Yeah, no. We had last week. We've had a couple instances. I think, Sheriff, you've gone down underneath the bridge still last week. Maybe not as many as the first group of the 1,000, but we still had quite a few. They're not getting fed and watered enough. They walk back across, go get something to eat, and then come back and get back in line. So they've got a process figured out. I was down in McAllen on Thursday, and I will tell you that everybody down in the Rio Grande Valley had the same opinion, or I had the same opinion as them, that they need to stop the flow, not slow it down. There has to be a better process. So Secretary Mayorkas was there, and he is the only one that I've ever had really admit, how do I say this, the only one from the Democratic Party that's I ever admit that there needs to be a change. So I appreciated that. Congressman Whitehead was there, and he represents like half of Laredo, something like that, and everything south, or down in the valley. And, you know, it isn't that, you know, don't let them come across. There just has to be another plan other than what we're going through right now. Visited with Mayor McLaughlin in Uvalde on Friday, gave him a little report of what was going on, and he informed me that they're having issues with the trains. When the trains stop, that everybody sort of unloads, and they've actually had a brawl, a fight amongst law enforcement and individuals that had gotten off the train. So it's bad, folks. But you know, we could keep beating this horse, but either way, I mean, you know, I don't know what else to say. Do I have any questions? They keep coming. One thing that I would like to add is, 2 weeks ago in a meeting, we were told that there was caravans that totaled over 25,000 still coming our way. I'm not saying here to Del Rio, Texas, but to Texas and coming to a city near you.
Cheers.
Item 14, discussion matters relating COVID. We're over 400 active cases right now. Everybody, as of last night, the report that I got, everybody that was still transferred out, there are 100% not vaccinated. So, when we were at the 370 something, we had 10% of individuals that were active cases and were fully vaccinated, 10%. But those individuals, were not getting as sick as everybody else or people that were in the hospital. At one point, I don't know if it's changed since Friday, but 100% of individuals hospitalized so far are not vaccinated, are the ones that were sitting in hospitals. So again, not pushing vaccines or whatever. Don't want to get the text messages and the phone calls that, taking away your rights. But at the end of the day, those numbers don't lie. Anybody else have any questions with COVID-19? I think y'all had concerns about the school. Again, just keep beating on this one. Concerns about the schools, maybe a mask mandate or whatever. I will rely, if y'all don't mind, and we'll rely on the school system to come up with a plan and see which way they want to run before we take off and just jump off that cliff. But it's up to y'all. Y'all okay with that?
Once they come up with something, I'm not going to be a big advocate of mask mandates, but I mean, we'll see what plan the school puts together.
And San Antonio just filed an injunction against the governors. They won. I don't think that case will be heard until December, which is, to me, is a long time out in order for the argument to continue. But that's where we're at. I do know that there's some towns around us that are looking in, south of us, east of us, looking into maybe doing a mandate also. But if it gets to that point, we'll bring it back to the court and we'll make a decision. Okay, let's go to regular stuff. Item 15, approving ratifying outlay number 1 for TWDB Project 40062 Flood Infrastructure Fund Project.
Move. Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 16, discussion possible action on the following. A, TWDB Project number 10443, Economically Distressed Area Program, Planning Project for Escondido, Rancho Del Rio, and Rise Estates.
Motion.
Motion, Commissioner Wardlaw, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. B, Texas Parks and Wildlife Park and Range Project Request Proposals for Architectural, Environmental, Archaeological, Cultural Services, and Appoint Selection Review Team.
I'll make a motion and appoint Carl, Tom, who else is on that? Carlos. How many we need?
That's 3.
3?
Well, that'll do it.
What are we doing on this one? I mean,
That's the grant we got from Texas Parks and Wildlife to build that new indoor shooting facility and up there.
2,300 acres.
It was 1.2 million or something like that.
Well, the grant agreement, the county should see that in a few days. The first part is just for the planning, $400,000. Yeah, the total deal is 1.5, but it'd be $400,000 for the planning part to do the design and the environmental on the proposed site.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton. I need a second.
second.
Who seconded? No.
You're the one.
Have a second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor?
All right.
Aye, 5-0 vote. C, Valverde County Flood Infrastructure Flood Project number 40062 Tower and Instrumentation Sites.
Move.
I just wanted to take a minute, if I could, address the court on that. The loan grant combination closed yesterday, okay? finally got final word on that. There was a lot of activity going on last week, back and forth. Getting some last minute details ironed out. Jumped through some hoops backwards there and finally made it happen. But
And the hoop on fire.
yeah. And, the project, the loan part of it and the grant agreement actually closed yesterday. So keep in mind that this is a flood infrastructure fund project for early warning system, okay? What was driving the bus on this project was the tower site at Pandale. But at the end of the day, in addition to the replacement or the reconstruction or whatever of that communication tower there at Pandale, at some point we will need to identify some locations throughout the county to put some early warning flood system instrumentation throughout the county. Let that kind of be a start to build on forward to implement a early warning system, not only for the flood, but maybe for other elements, other disaster elements as well, to where you would have a central database in the county and you could send out alerts, you know, to individuals. So what I would request is that maybe each commissioner consider a site or sites within your precinct to identify the location to install some of this rainfall and flood gauge instrumentation equipment. Just something to be thinking about, bring it back to the court at a later date.
Carl, I think some of these precincts will have more than one area that, you know, you need to focus on, and especially populated areas. I mean, you know, I think that would be the number one concern.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because other than the rancho, I mean, you know, it's not populated. Out here, populated, that's where we need to concentrate.
Keep in mind, I may make this comment though, keep in mind though that what happens up in the hills.
I know it runs
affects
down.
people
Yeah,
down in the lower territory.
Definitely.
Yeah, so if you can get ahead of the game and know what's going
Sure.
on up there and be
Sure.
able to identify the people where they're inhabited.
In a month, bring it back to you within a month.
Yeah, I'd say within a month.
Then the last meeting in September, will that work for you all? Bring something back that will set a timeline. Got it? Yes, I had a motion, Commissioner Nettleton. I didn't get a second. Second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? 5-0 vote. Item D, approving draw number 2, Texas CDBG 7220479, Alcoa Fuel Project requesting $8,693 for engineering fees and project sign, and authorizing the county judge and county auditor sign Form A-203.
Move.
Second. A motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? 5-0 vote. Item E, Texas Parks and Wildlife Outdoor Recreation Grant Application and Master Plan Application deadline October 1st, 2021. This is one that we had looked at last year for the, out of 2,300 acres, and then we had talked about maybe moving it to the fairgrounds.
Motion.
Second. A motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? 5-0 vote. F, requesting proposal for management of U.S. Department of Treasury coronavirus state and local fiscal recovery funds. Carl?
Well, I thought maybe it'd be timely to put this on the agenda to see if that was the pleasure of the court. The county will have considerable reporting throughout the 3-year period on the use of the coronavirus funds that have come down. I know that there's been some meetings with the team and identified some priorities for the use of those. The first report is going to be around here pretty quick, and so I didn't know what the pleasure of the court was on that, but
I'll make a motion to go out for request for proposals for management and assistance with the recovery fund.
second.
A motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? 5-0 vote.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank y'all. 17, discussion possible action on letters to Federal Aviation Administration, on the wind farm.
This was given to me yesterday. I put She put in y'all's packets, this is they're taking comments on the wind project that is proposed in northern Valverde County. I think we need to make some sort of comments on this. I will make a motion to authorize the judge to write a letter in response to this, request for information.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Wardlaw. Okay, so we'll set up something, with you, David, and Tom. And then we'll get a letter together and then get copies of all that to the commissioner list of what we're gonna send out. A motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Wardlaw, all those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Item 18, discussion possible action on budget workshop, 2021-2022. There's 4 to 5 departments here. Do y'all want to start that discussion right now, or y'all have comments? Miss Judge Lopez,
I don't have any comments.
are you good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You good? Ms. Cervantes, Judge Cole?
Yes, sir, I do have some comments. Hold on just a second, I'm gonna get
That's a whole different book.
I gave a copy of this to Matt, Article 102.0173, for the Justice Court Assistance and Technology Fund. And what it says in there is, one of the things that it says is what we can use it for and what we cannot use it for is not included. And if you will, Matt,
Judge, if you don't mind, would you mind coming up here so we can hear you a little better?
no, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Article 102.0173 regarding court cost, justice court assistance, and technology funds. And the technology fund can only be used for computer systems, computer networks, computer hardware, computer software, imaging systems, electronic kiosks, electronic ticket writers, and docket management systems. And in the, it can also be used to assist the constable's office if we have a population of over 125,000. So I don't see that happening just real fast here. And in our budget, hold on. In our budget, you have indicated capital outlay and some other things there. Sorry, I must have left it on my desk.
Okay, so I'll have to go back to that area.
Which one?
The technology fund for JP3, and I'm assuming that you have those indicators for the other JPs as well.
Okay, that's where we've gone through and used some of the money to be able to balance out to zero, but you would still have an opportunity to change those.
Okay, okay,
So.
because I don't find where those fit into statute 102.0173.
Okay. Matt?
I'm sorry, here it is inside my folio. Okay, you indicated that we would use $4,392 for office supplies, which is not allowable according to the statute. $4,392 in travel and training, which could only be for
Yeah, and I think that was just in an effort to balance that out. It would still have to come before the court.
Okay, and
So
then
those right
capital,
there, you will have a say on all of those when you need to use the funds.
okay.
Did you submit a
The only
budget for
thing-
that?
Sir,
Did you submit a budget?
I did.
The other deal is also, and that will come before us right now, all that can change. One of the things that we'll talk about right now that I did not do, was that in your technology fund,
Yes,
we had, $12,916 is what I looked like this morning.
right.
In that technology fund. Those numbers were put in there in order to be able to balance it to where if you wanted to come back and use it, or those expenses you can. Okay,
Okay,
so those numbers you can take back out, move them, whatever you want to do with whatever's left in that fund.
okay.
All right?
Yes, that'll be fine as long
The only
as we
thing-
follow the statute.
And I'm sorry, excuse the yeah. One of the things that I had on my list, that I'd said in here was that, one of the things that can be used, out of the JP's technology funds, 1, 2, 3, and 4, the JP's, is EDOC, and correct me if I'm wrong, could that be used for EDOC?
I believe it could be.
Okay. So there's-
According to the statute, Matt's the expert on that, but I believe that it can be because it does say here, item number H, in this article, docket management systems, which,
So in
that's
saying
what that
that,
is.
when we went through our budget, there's a one page in there on expenses that says computers, there's I'm gonna say $149,000, $149,000. It's this page right here. It's in the general fund. It's this one here. This one here, folks. On the general fund, there's $149,000 that says computer maintenance. One of the things that I was gonna propose to the court was that out of that $149,000, there's $2,500 per JP that is paid for out of the $149,000. I would propose to the court that we take the $2,500, just the EDOC fee, which is $2,500 per precinct, per JP, out of each JP's technology fund. JP1 has $15,375 in it. JP2 right now in their technology fund has $14,400. JP3 has $12,916, and JP4 has $6,894. So I would recommend that, and I got an answer right now, that we can take the $2,500 if the court.
Make a motion.
Second. Matt, I'm gonna write this down too. So we'll take $2,500 out of each JP's technology fund, JP 1 through 4, for EDOC.
Don't we have some other departments that have technology funds?
We do, and I'm fixing to hand y'all more paperwork. $2,500 out of each JP's, technology fund to pay EDOC, and what that'll do, that'll lower the computer maintenance, from $149 to $139. I have a motion, Commissioner Middleton, second by Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And those numbers that are in there, Judge?
Yes, sir.
If you want to change them or whatever, if you bring them back to us on how you'd like to change them, then we'll get them changed, other than the.
Well,
Or if you just want to,
can we just leave them there and do a budget amendment if we need them in another
and I think
area?
that was the whole thing.
Okay.
It all appropriated.
Yeah.
And then you come back without having to bring in fund balance. That was the intent.
Okay,
As far as the supplies, as we know, anything under $500, we book the supplies. Anything computer hardware related, keyboards and stuff, those would fit into supplies, but that is considered computer hardware. So that's what it's been in for supplies.
perfect. It's great for me. I can't speak for the other JPs, but it's fine with me.
I'm gonna go through this list of stuff real quick, that I had, The community center, on the labor on the community center, you've got a full-time position, you had two part-timers. One of the part-timers, needs to go away, if y'all don't mind, if y'all are okay with that. Have one of the part-timers go away that was already put in this budget.
Second.
Okay. I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye. JP's we did. Leo's, precinct constable, precinct 3 has a balance of $5,271 in his Leo's account. It can be used for travel and training. Is that correct, Matt?
Correct.
We have $1,200 for his travel and training. I would suggest that we take the $1,200 out of his Leo's, out of precinct 3. And that way free up another $1,200 in our budget.
Motion.
Second.
And why do we not have Leo's funds for the rest of the constables? They have the right to apply for them. It's for their state required travel and training. It would appear to me they should all need to apply. What is the annual amount of that?
It depends. There's a formula, but it depends on
About $600 something.
Can we,
If there's state funds to help pay for these, I don't see the point. General fund money should be big enough to pay. So, but I'll get into the whole travel and training here in a minute.
good luck. What'd that lady say? Good luck, everybody. Here I come. Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0. The DWI account in Judge Gonzalez's DW5, he had $41,474 in there. I visited with him and told him, and it didn't reflect it in his budget, but I think he wants a program with $49,000. 19,000 of that is already in the 149,000 says computer maintenance. The other 30,000 needs, in my opinion, needs to come out of his DWI, so.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. The other one that I had, Sheriff is sitting back there, so, here we go. Sheriff's Leo Fund has $13,442. He has $25,000, budgeted for his travel and training. So if we could use some of his Leo funds, how much? What are you gonna be comfortable with? All of it? Taken away?
What I need.
And I know there's some stuff that you use.
Yeah, we've been using it for travel and training.
So if we took 10, you use $3,442.
That's the balance that'll leave?
Yes, sir. And you can always come back in case something happens.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
second.
Take 10,000 out of the Sheriff's Leo Fund, and it'll go into travel and training to help with his $25,000. So right there,
So we'll reduce the 25 by 10.
I think it will leave it at 25, but at least we bring in some funds. Or can we just take it, right?
That'll work. They do get their Leo's fund for travel training.
Yeah, but I'm talking, in the general fund, we've got $25,000 budgeted. Either I get some relief for that one, or he takes all the 10,000, we lower it by 50, by
Yeah, you can
10,000.
do ways. You can either cut the general fund.
I'm more inclined to lower the general fund one by the amount, and then he uses the Leo fund first, and then whatever.
The motion is to, in his budget, to reduce it to $15,000.
Yes.
Okay, and then you can use up.
Okay.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second,
Second.
Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Also, are you good with everything else? I know that.
No. So,
Don't shoot yourself in the foot.
no, we're good. We submitted, the quote, Judge, for the E-Force, and, budgeted is 141, quote was 144.
Okay,
To bring it to your attention.
The
But I thought it was gonna be bad.
In our capital outlay, there's two items. One of them for the sheriff was there's three items. One of them was for $49,000. We talked about it last year for security because when the power goes out, some of the doors open. We went out and looked.
That's something that happens in border patrol.
Yeah. Well, at least they don't have a fire like at the processing center. We talked about it last year. We were gonna go, the bottom line is, it'd take a massive amount of money to be able to wire the panels that go to the doors because they're all over the place to do this. The simplest fix is, in our capital expenditures, there's $49,000 for that. So that was one of the capital expenditures. The other one, there was one for $141,000, but he wants to go to $144,000 because, that's up by $3,000.
What?
It's the program, go ahead. The program for the 144.
So we've been having, trouble with the CIS. We're working on it. We may, depends if we work the bugs out with the company. We may stay with it, so that might be, at the end of the day, it might be a savings, but we can't work out those bugs with the company. eForce is another records management system. We got a quote back,
Is this gonna be a management system that everybody talks to, or is this?
that's within our office, and it's for law enforcement purposes. The police department is on that, Maverick County is on that. So we can be basically talking to each other if we need to through that system. So that's what that
We'll
is.
bump it $3,000.
Yeah.
Okay, to cover that.
Motion approved.
Second. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0. Well, one of the other things in capital outlay also was enterprise. We're sort of trying to figure out, well, we're not trying to figure out, they're trying to get their ducks in a row. That was a clean one, right? Matt and Sheriff, y'all been playing with them, trying to get the cars outfitted and then trying to get the right color, trying to get the right car, whether it's a truck or a car. This has been a little bit of a nightmare, but I think we got 4 in, 2 and 2.
Yes, 2 went back for upgrades, but we should be getting them back anytime soon.
So there is money in our capital outlay already for enterprise. If we ever, if it comes through, there's already money there to pay for that in our capital expenditures. Anything else, Sheriff?
Yes, sir. On the animal control, there's, the supplies were not included in the budget. The supplies include,
They weren't included.
I thought I saw supplies,
Yeah.
maybe I didn't. Yeah, we need a number.
Yeah, well, when I numbered them, the way they were put, it was like 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 1 and 1. But when we get the budget, it'll be numbered. I think, right, Matt?
Yeah, I can tell that right now.
Okay.
Can I approach?
You can approach.
All right.
The equipment was 6,000.
yes, sir.
And what now?
Supplies. Supplies, they've got it, the equipment is snares and traps, stuff like that that they need. The supplies is medications.
You got $5,300 for veterinary.
No. Here's the list of what we submitted.
So you have 6,000.
Okay, so in animal control, you want a supply line item with what?
12,000.
Right. He's got it in deals, we just move on.
That's right.
It's like you take and then you gotta give back.
We need 12.
And this would be for what, Sheriff?
So this is for sedatives, fatal plus, it's for chemicals, to clean the facility and everything. We had an outbreak there of fleas and ticks, we got that taken care of. So it's just a constant cleaning of the facility.
Does that include dog food and all the other stuff you need?
There's the feeds in here, and really, I don't even know what we've got it, I mean, y'all are bringing food, dog food and cat food in now, right? Okay, do you need all 12?
How about 10?
Well, let's make a deal.
You know, it's just like Jesus Christ, I mean, we're fixing to go into a part where everybody's gonna wanna cut, so.
Yeah.
You know, we can say 10 here, the 10 that we did the other day are already back at normal. Is that motion for?
Motion.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Sheriff,
That's it?
you're running out of time. We had some comments during this process, and I'm gonna give the court a little bit of information as to what they've already done. 2018-2019 budget, that was the four of us were here for that one as commissioners. From then until the budget that's being proposed right now, the salary increase is $1,618,657. I got it, I wrote it. Okay. So, you know, when I hear some comments that we've not taken care of our employees, I'm gonna go through some of the other, I'll give you another one here. 2010-2011 budget, our budget for salaries was $7,808,750. That was in 2010-2011 budget. Our budget, what we're proposing today, is $12,777,633.94. It's just a lot of money, folks. I mean, it's, you know, and for, you know, some people to say that, you know, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it, that we take care of ourselves and we don't take care of our employees. I will tell you that, and I'm gonna give you some examples. The chief deputy, base pay was $24,140 in one of the departments. That base pay is $32,718. A clerk one was clerk two was $18,000 base pay in 2010-2011. What we're proposing today would be $27,395,000. The first court that I was a part of as a commissioner, Judge Allen was here, and I think that was one of her main things, along with the court, was to get everybody, to raise everybody's base pay, get the pays raised. And when she went in, the base pay was $16,500. This court, if they approve this budget, the base pay going into that, for that $16,500 position is $25,286. So when I hear comments that, you know, a little's better than nothing, it's a little bit frustrating, because we have paid, our insurance, since I've been a commissioner, has gone up $113.90 per month per employee. So this year alone, we're gonna, just in this year, which only went up from last year to this year, $40.52, it's gonna cost the county $133,716. That's from the fiscal year that we're in now to the fiscal year that we're deciding on what we're gonna spend. So it is an increase of $486.24 per employee. You know, and it's frustrating. I will tell you, you know, I had one comment last week, and I know I'm being long-winded, but it's really frustrating. It upsets me that somebody says, well, they are mine. As a court, we take care of 282 individuals. I don't have a mind. I don't have it isn't a y'all's and mine. We're not going to divide this. We make a decision based on what is best for all the employees, whether it be elected or whether it be just an employee, that an hourly rate, a salary.
We make decisions based on what we believe is best. And it's difficult. And I get it. You know, when people come and they want, and I respect people that will come in and, you know, ask for more money. I really do. But it isn't y'all's and ours. I mean, we take care of everybody in the county. It's that simple. I put something in y'all's budget and that we had never put in before when we handed out paperwork. One of the sheets shows that we're $1 million off on revenue from this year to last year. And then the other sheet shows that we're $200,000 and some odd thousand less in fund balance from last year to this year. Y'all have heard me since 2011 say that, you know, the fund balance, if it's there, we should spend a bunch of it, and, you know, whatever. But you sort of grow as a commissioner and now as a judge. That shit don't work. If this goes south, we need more of a fund balance in there, because I can tell you right now, GEO, we had over $900,000 budgeted for GEO. When I submitted mine to Matt, I had $650. And after visiting with Matt, we went down to $300,000. So we have lost $600,000 is what it looks like we're going to lose from GEO. And that number could be worse. We don't know yet. 4,000? Or check for 4,000 or something? A check for GEO.
4,000 or something.
I'm sorry, sir.
A last list check for GEO was what'd you tell me, 4,000?
Well, last month was around 23, but it used to be 70 to 90, then it went down to 23. This month, because the days in bed were down to a few thousand, 3,000.
You know, so
if you want to knock that number down some more, we probably can, depending on the reimbursement.
Yeah. Don't scare me.
Okay.
And I really do respect all the elected officials, the ones in this room, the ones that, you know, are on Zoom, it's a difficult job for y'all. I get it. I mean, especially with everything that we've all been through. And I don't mind getting rocks thrown at us, just not real big rocks, folks. It's one of those deals that I will tell you that we have the best interest of all our citizens at heart, and for damn sure our employees. You know, Judge Trevino, like you said, the people that work for us, I mean, they're our backbone. They're the ones that take care of us, you know. So either way, didn't want to get long-winded, didn't want to get real emotional, but it is upsetting when I hear that you know, we haven't done enough work. I think this court, I can't speak for the court under Judge Fernandez. I know they did a great job. I know they did their best they could, for the simple reason that some years they spent insurance money to make sure that y'all had rent there. Our employees had raises. Okay, so, that's true. I mean, so everybody tries, you know, and, you know, Judge Cole, you sat on city council, you know what we're going through, you know, a little bit more than most, because you sat there. It's just a juggling act and hope some of the balls don't hit the ground type deal. You know, we're fixing to get into this right now, and, you know, there's money that can be brought in from ARPA money in order to make up some of the funds that you know, lower the balance. The whole thing is that money that we're going to bring in, it's not reoccurring funds. It's a one-time shot in the arm. So we need to be careful what we do with that. You know, we had leave with pay. And, you know, Juanita, don't correct me, Juanita, if I'm wrong. But the last number that I saw was over $400,000 leave with pay.
It was close.
Right?
High threes.
Mm-hmm. High threes, then you had your French?
Yeah, I'm sorry, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we were high threes, you had your French, we were over $400,000. That was individuals that we had to leave with pay that went home. Again, I mean, it's just trying to hold it all together here, but it's really difficult. I mean, it's difficult up here, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say that I'm overwhelmed, because we ran for the job. I'm part of a good court, and we do the very best. I'm not saying that we think, but we do the very best for our citizens and for our employees. I'll open it up. Anybody else? Bo?
I was gonna see if anybody, the other elected officials there, Scott's department head, had stuff they needed to do.
And if we get people, some of the departments that, you know, maybe didn't have a time to speak, didn't have enough time to look at their budgets or something, if you'll, contact my office and we can try to do something, you know, another budget meeting or something in case we have questions. I did put in this budget, a 3% raise, even for, individuals that the district courts, that they employ. I know that there's a hearing, I think on the 27th or 28th, on salaries. We'll see how that one works out. I did put in raises. The other thing, and again, it just keeps popping up. There was a comment that, and I'm gonna run through this, that way y'all know what's in here, that way, you know, we're not trying to hide anything. My office, everybody got a 3% raise, just like everybody else. Commissioners, and myself, I added $1,000 to our auto allowance, across the board. If you look at the constables, their auto allowance was all over the place, 6,000, 6,500, 7,000, 8,000. So I bumped all of them, and we're just gonna hit on the highlights here, but on the high notes, bumped them to 8,000, all of them across the board. We did reduce some of them, their travel and training. There was concern that Roland had gotten a bigger rate. He didn't. It's 3%. The one thing that we did do is Elizabeth, and you know, just so transparency. Elizabeth, Secretary for Commissioners, she got, if I'm not mistaken, a $5,000 bump, which I don't know what the percentage is, but like I've explained to some of y'all, between her and Tom, they were able to bring in, I think it's $514,000 or $517,000 for the 4 precincts through roads, because they've been doing that. They brought in, I think, another 29,000. And then we're, you know, between both offices, they're working on, even with the grants with Carl, with all the grants that we have with him. So, you know, before, you know, the conversation, why'd you do it? I think it's the right thing to do. This court will have to make up a mind when they go to pass it. I will tell you also that in looking, the individuals that got bigger bumps than just the 3%, that we all have to go through it. Judge Cadena, had asked for 8,000, 9,000. He's been up here several times for his I guess, court coordinator. She got a little bit bigger bump than normal. She's still below the next court coordinator, I think, by $6,000 or something like that. So those are the highlights pretty much of when you go through the salaries. Everybody else got the 1,200 or 3% across the board. One of the things that this court will have to decide later on, not today, is this ARPA money. Why did I put it out and bring it to the court, the ARPA money, the 2,000 and the 1,300? I wanted to publicize it again, just because of transparency, so where if that money is to be given, and the court was to decide on those dollar amounts, that they're publicized and it's put out there for the public to know. I don't want to be accused, and I don't want this court to be accused that we did something somewhere in the year and we knew that we were going to do it. It's not going to happen. So we're going to throw it out there. If it's the wrong thing to do and people don't believe it's the right thing to do, then I'll have to listen to that. But doesn't mean that we're going to get it. If it was me, you know, we divide some of that money, and our employees. I didn't bring up our employees for the simple reason that I needed to get the elected officials' salaries out, and the way the paper works, once a week. So I have to be able to publicize come tomorrow. That way we stay within our the rules that we have to go by, the statutes. So I'm gonna quit.
Mr. Bond, did you have?
I did have one thing on my budget, if you have time.
It's for you. We got all the time in the world.
Okay.
And while you're up here, there was $20,000, Mr. Bond, for the doggone.
For the computer maintenance.
For the books. Something about Yeah, that we always take out of the tax.
Yeah, that was a computer maintenance account, which I have a list of everything included in that. Biblioteca,
That's it.
service and maintenance is
That's
within
the
that.
one that we can still take out of the,
Well, we only have $296 in that, expansion fund, from what I can see. So I thought we had talked about that before, that
how much money
this
do we
next
have?
year we would have to take out.
You're probably right, that's how much was allocated this current year. We're gonna reallocate those funds again come this budget cycle, and we can move it in there, I believe.
So that will be taken care of the way we've always taken care of it, is out of those funds.
Okay,
So
so,
whatever the fund balance is, still.
Yeah, but there's more money than that.
okay, yeah, that was my only.
Yeah, and that was one of the notes that I had, but I started talking and forgot which way I was running.
Yeah, that's why I asked for 20,000, it was including the 11,000 in there.
So the 20,000 that you need will be included just like we've done every other year.
Okay, so that's great.
That it?
Yeah, we're fine with everything else in it.
You're the greatest, really.
Well, I'm very happy working here for the county.
Well, and we're happy. We're happy that you came. We did, with everything, you were able to remain open as much as possible. And well, now that you're up here, our summer programs, did we cut back on those?
Yes, the last couple of summers, we have had pretty much just online programs.
When did we get back to normal?
And curb service pickup. Well, hopefully this next one will be back to normal. That's what I'm asking the grant for, in fact.
That'll work.
Yeah.
That'll work.
We still had a lot of participants. I think I gave some statistics to
I was actually impressed with the numbers that they had. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, we didn't hit in 2019, we had 6,400 people attending the summer program and some of the programs through the year, so we dropped down to 1,036 last year, even with our online programs. So we still kept things going, and we only spent about half the money too on that online.
Okay. So your 20,000 is taken care of and you're good with your budget?
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Judge,
Yes, sir.
I appreciate your work in this. I want to let you know I've gone through it. I haven't finished going through everything in detail. The things that stuck out to me is of course the loss in revenue. We're going to be short about $2.6 million, which will have to come out of fund balance and other sources. The one thing that did catch my attention as I started adding it up is this budget through all funds has $530,187 worth of travel and training in this budget. I cannot believe that it cost $500,000 to train this entire county. And it took me a while to go through here and add every single thing up. Now that includes both general fund, road and bridge, special funds. I think the road and bridge, when I got with Matt, and general fund was like $252,000, which means the rest of it is in special funds. It would appear to me that there's an opportunity there to cut some costs and save some money, Judge. I didn't get time to go through it line by line and detail by detail. We all have to figure out ways to shorten that 2.6, and as the judge said, I'm concerned about the GEO money. I know we budgeted $300,000, but with the numbers that I see, it may drop substantially below that. Depending on how this Operation Lone Star goes, we could find ourselves in even worse shape than we are right now if we don't get some money back from the state. I'm not holding my breath on that one. We could find ourselves paying GEO to run our jail at the rate we're going. That concerns me of where we're headed, and so I think as we go through this process, we need to look for ways to cut and tighten our belts to get through this process until we can figure out how we're going to manage this border crisis, which seems to be costing us a lot of money. Not just the GEO cost. That doesn't include the additional cost that we're going to have on attorneys and the prosecutors and defendants and the judges and everybody else that has to deal with this mess. So Those are just things that stuck out to me, Judge, that I saw that I thought we would work on as we go through this process.
Commissioner, what is your suggestion on how to handle that travel and training?
Well, I think it needs to be cut. I think $530,000 in a budget this size is pretty excessive in the amount of travel and training. I think we need to figure out how that we have special funds, the departments have them, they need to utilize them, and then we need to plug the holes for the difference. But I think there needs to be some cuts in there. I don't necessarily have a number off the top of my head. This is just my initial looking through it, but I would say we need to cut a pretty good percentage out of that just to get our numbers back to where they make sense.
Say it, now's your chance.
We can have
We'll go through the process.
yeah, we can have another Commissioners Court meeting. It'll need to be between now and the 31st. If y'all want to pick a date, give me a date.
I'll let him think about it. Till then, Judge.
Those are just things, I mean, the budget, I appreciate what you've done, and I think you've done a good job of putting it together. There's just a few things in there that kind of stick out to me, and my concern is the loss in revenue. I mean, we're talking about over $1 million of loss in revenue because of this border crisis. That gets concerning, and that's just kind of projections. We don't know what that number's actually gonna be. We don't have a clue. Hopefully, the state will reimburse us for some of this. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But at some point, we have another meeting, and we'll try to figure this out.
What we'll do is we can have another meeting between now and the 31st. We'll get an email out this afternoon as to when that's going to be. We can talk about it sometime during this meeting and then come up with a decision. Everybody look at their dates, and then we'll come back to this and set another date. Is there anything else? And so far, we're cruising right along. One of the things that I didn't mention a little while ago, and again, we're trying to be just as transparent as possible. I don't want people to have a gotcha moment and say you didn't say something. There was a position added, another secretary for the Commissioners Court. And there was another position for a victim's advocate added in the district attorney's office. So that way, I think that's all I can think of right now that was added to this budget, the new positions. But we'll set a date. We'll get an email to all the elected officials. That way, in case y'all have other concerns, we can come back and talk about this. And to those elected officials, we'll send an email today to all elected official department heads. And if there's something within your budget that we can sort of address before, sort of make a list and put it on, then we'll go ahead and try to get that. That way the process is sped up a little bit more. All right? Any other discussions? No. Would y'all mind if we take a 5-minute break? I got a headache. We're going to recess. We're going to take a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back.
That's what we need to leave anyway, so. Back to work.
Yeah, we're good. Just a matter of renaming. All right.
Can we stop by and get some of this on the next item? Can we stop by and get some on the next item?
Yeah. They can deliver now.
Oh, that's right.
They can deliver it now. What are you talking about?
The next one is beer and wine.
They don't sell beer and wine by you. By the grand. We good? We're already on. Item 19, discuss possible action. Are y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Item 19, discuss possible action to allow Whitehead Memorial Museum to obtain a beer and wine license from Tabc and sell beer and wine on the museum on September 25th, 2021 for their annual Oktoberfest.
Second.
A motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Wardlaw, all those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote.
Did we ever get any money back from this thing?
Not us.
Some people, all they get is a hangover.
Been there, done that.
I don't think I've had a good hangover since I got married. Discussion of possible action on open and escrow account. Just to let y'all know, we had to open up an account for that, the grant, that 210 and the 290.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Nettleton, motion. Commissioner Flores, second. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Discussion possible action on Senate Bill 13. Basically, it's how when the elections will be held. I think y'all had it in your packet. It just for information purposes, in case y'all have questions, but depending on when the census comes out, they just keep pushing it further and further back.
So we may be doing it in May this year.
My understanding is I won't have to run.
Oh, you're asking us to amend this legislation?
So all y'all that are thinking about running. But either way, I wanted to bring it to y'all's attention. I know that y'all had it, but the dates, and we'll get you this, Karen, so you can have it. But part of it is, let's see, just to get to the gist of it here. Provides that if a redistricting plan adopted following the 2020 federal census by legislature that includes the SBOE, state legislative, and federal congressional districts become law on or before the 15th of November, 2021, the following dates apply. An application for a place on the general primary election ballot must be filed not earlier than November 29th, 2021, and not later than 6 p.m. December 13th, 2021. But then it goes on that if the redistricting is after November 15th, 2021, on before 20 or the 28th, whatever, an application for a place on the general primary election ballot must be filed not earlier than the 10th, 2022, and not later than at 6 p.m. January 24th. And then it just goes on to another date. So the latest date, it looks like if it's not done by after the 28th of December, the census, an application for a place on the general primary election ballot must be filed not earlier than the 21st of February, 2022, and not later than 6 p.m. on March 7th, 2022. Then you'd have your general primary at the latest, May 24th, 2022, and the runoff on July 26th, 2022.
And that's if they can get a quorum in the House.
Yes. My people will. And again, there's no action need to be taken on this, but just so y'all know, I mean, there's 3 members of this court that will be running, I presume.
For the board.
Or there's 3 positions on the court that will be available. Yeah, so again, it's just for information purposes. Karen, if you don't have this, if you know this. Obviously. No action to be taken. Item 22, discussion of possible action on approval of hiring Regina Flores for the clerk 1 position for the commissioner's office and designate functions and required.
We interviewed, I wanted to put this on Commissioner's Court so that we all had an opportunity to make a decision. I believe that this person was the most qualified. I will make a motion to hire Regina Torres and that she works under Elizabeth for the entire Commissioner's Court.
Second that.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Is there any opposed? No, 5-0 vote. Item 23, revision of plat, replat establishing Lot A out of lots 49 and 50 of the Rancho Agua Vista subdivision, Unit 2 and 3, as previously filed in slide 407 of the map of records, Valverde County. Application still has to go to Amistad Land Use before final approval.
Motion to approve? Oh, this is a different one. Motion to approve pending Amistad.
Second.
Motion Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 24, authorize county judge to accept notice of award and sign grant agreement for Office of Land of Local Defense Community Cooperation Award Number EN 1210-21-01 for Valverde County, City of Del Rio, Laughlin Air Force Base compatible use study.
Motion to approve, and I want to commend you, Carl. You did a phenomenal job getting this done. Thank you very much.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Discussion on item 25. That's too easy, right, guys? Item 25, discussion possible action on Valverde County Library to apply for and accept Ladd and Catherine Hatcher grant in the amount of $5,000 for the library summer reading program. Is it for the 2022 summer reading program? Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 26, correction on lease agreement between Valverde County and Miguel Zuniga. The event will be in 2022. Y'all had already approved it, we just wanted to move it.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Approving a lease agreement between Valverde County and the Rotary Club of Del Rio, Texas.
Move.
Need a second?
Second, Judge.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 28, approving a lease agreement between Valverde County and the first annual 8U baseball tournament on behalf of Ernie Cervantes.
Move.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second. Second?
Second.
You second, Commissioner Nettleton. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 29, approval to purchase shredding services for all departments with a cost not to exceed $8,000 and to be paid out of county's records and preservation fund.
Move.
Preservation.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second by Commissioner Vasquez and Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. That way nobody gets mad at me. Item 30, approval to purchase a conference table for the county administration building in the amount of $2,349.10 to be paid out of the county administration building account. That's money that we set up for the building.
Second.
So motion, Commissioner Nettleton, we're gonna take turns. Second, Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 31, approval to purchase outdoor signs and an address for the county administration building in the amount of $850 to be paid out of county administration building account.
Move.
A motion, Commissioner Nettleton.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 32, approval to purchase a desktop scanner in the amount of $955.43 to be paid for the Commissioner's office supplies account.
Second.
A motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 33, approving human resource report from July 21st, 2021 through August 13th, 2021. A motion, Commissioner Nettleton.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 34, closed session consultation pursuant to Texas Government Code A 551.071, attorney-client privilege, B 551.071, A, contemplated litigation. In about 5 minutes, we'll come back in here. Y'all will give us the room for executive session. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You say when? She said reporting in progress. She good? Okay. Court will come back into session. It's 11:15. No action taken, Tom. So I'm gonna go back because Ram had some questions, and I don't know what questions he had. I'm gonna go back real quick to item 18, discussion possible action on budget workshop. Ram, did you have any questions? Evidently, I left you out, so I really don't want to make you mad and get turned off.
Actually, no, I don't.
You don't? You're good?
Appreciate it.
So the judge and the commissioners court did an excellent job in your opinion.
Excellent.
Okay. Randy got mad at me because evidently I have not called on him to see if he had questions. Took care of that.
You confused me and Mr. Vaughn.
So It's all good. Mr. Bond left, so. Joel, did you have anything? You showed up? You just showed up to say hello?
I'm only come to y'all before.
Okay. I'm glad you came. Yes. Item 35, Commissioners' comments. Our budget is off 2.6 million. County judges' comments. I made that comment, folks. Our budget's not off 2.6 million, but we did use 2.6 million of fund balance to balance, so. Judges' comments, that was it. Anybody else have anything else? We good? Everybody good? Everybody happy? All right, meeting adjourned. Y'all have a good day.